When the sun sets, the undead awaken. To slake their hunger, they feed upon the herd of unaware mortals. Right beneath our noses, the kindred clash against their rivals as they vie for control of the city of San Francisco. Are you strong enough to cheat Final Death and see another night? Vampire the Masquerade Rivals expandable card game from Renegade Game Studios.
Welcome, family, to Vampire Wednesday. I am Matt Holland here again with Jimmy Lee. We're going to be showing off the sort of the changes we've made to the decks. Jimmy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Last week when we got off air, it made me realize that you and I have worked together for about 5 years, and that was the first time that we were on stream together. So, congratulations, we survived.
and hopefully tonight one of us will survive the face-off here.
Oh, I'd like
Um,
it to be me.
we are currently in the third round of the Season Zero League, just due to trying to get players lined up who are free at this time of night. Instead of casting a league game, Jimmy and I are going to play, but we've got something a little bit new to show you because for round three, we made some changes to those pre-constructed decks, mixing up the meta a little bit. This event has a sort of a weird, it's got some weird effects because of the fact that we pick, the second player picks their deck after the first player, so you can kind of counter pick, and just some stuff that creates a meta that won't really ever happen in a real world event. So we're going to mix it up a little bit by changing out some cards. So the changes we've made, we'll just talk about Bruja, removing the 3 Sucker Punch. That's a card that both negates your reaction and your blocking. So it's pretty brutal. And we've added in a Blood for Blood and 2 copies of Humiliate. And then Malkavian lost two copies of Kneecapped and 1 Scry the Soul. Got 2 Emergency Blood Bags and 1 of the Mighty Fall. So if you guys are playing those decks or looking at playing those decks, go into Tabletopia, load in, check out those cards, see what they do, and see how that's going to affect your strategies for your next game. But tonight, Jimmy, you're playing Ventru, right?
That is correct.
So Ventru loses a Burning Down the House and 2 Assert Authorities. Gets 2 Unswayable Minds and 1 Royal Review. Have you gone in? Do you know what those cards do, Jimmy?
I do not, so it'll be really surprising when
Nice.
they come up, and then when I set them on the table, I'll be like, all right, here's what it does, and explain to the crowd.
I thought about checking all of them, and then toddler things happen. So I sure hope I don't just face check some nasty card that I did not know about. But everyone, you will see it happen live if that is the case. And I'm
Don't
playing
worry, I'm sure
Tori.
it's nothing mean.
I'm playing Toreador. We lost a copy of Primogen, a baseball bat, and 1 of the I think 3 Beauty as a Beasts in there, and added a PR Firm and 2 Fame and Fortune. I think PR Firm is one of those influence modifier cards too, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of cool. I think that'll be the first time we've shown any of those off. The other change for round three, we are testing out what could possibly be an addition to the tournament rules for this game. During the setup, the city deck will only contain 1 antagonist, which in this case is the Special Affairs Division, or the SAD, per player. So in these 2-player games, just 2 copies of SAD down from 4. We're testing that out, and league participants are encouraged to weigh in with their thoughts on that change. But we can head over to the tabletop. We will go ahead and have Jimmy go first this time.
All right.
So I get just 1 vampire. And you get, oh no, I get 2 vampires. That's literally the whole way that works. And people who are playing in the league, we're going to do some other stuff, very likely to mix things up in these last 2 rounds too, just to keep the experience fresh because there's no deck building for this, and to keep people on their toes.
And, to tip my hand as how uninitiated I am to this game, other than like the 2 or 3 times that I've played this, I never remember the starting hand size. Matt, help me out here.
It is 4 from your library, and you'll get 1 vampire.
All right. Got it.
And actually, if you go into draw, it is limited, so like you just draw the 4. That's the most it'll let you draw. Really nice implementation there. And since we are playing and we don't have to commentate over someone else playing, let's just talk through what we are doing so that it's easy to follow along if anybody happens to be tuning in for the first time and wants to see what
All right,
happens.
sure thing. Well, my opening play here is we're going to go ahead and.
We're gonna get some city deck cards.
Oh, I suppose. Uh-huh.
So well that okay. When you defeat a foe's character, gain
Gain an agenda point.
and that's an ongoing event for your turn, and then a vagrant.
All right. That'll be fine. That doesn't change my plans at all. So for my first play, I'm just going to go ahead and get another vampire on the board. I'll go ahead and play Bruno Wagner here.
Fan favorite, Bruno. I've heard he has an amazing collection of shoes.
Yep. Flip. There we go.
Bruno's ability, draw one card when you play an ongoing.
All right. And then
I want to include him in a Malkavian deck just to get more of those benefits for all the conspiracies.
My second action is we're just going to go ahead and play some long-term investments and start driving up my econ here. So
Nice.
where's my general pool? There we go. We'll pay 3, and then I put 6 on the card.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that's my turn.
No mending, no SAD, so draw 2.
Draw 2.
So Bruno is 2 social, and Randolph is 1 of each in terms of his stats. All right, I'm going to need a retainer. I'm going to do my first action to play Bella. I did not. The mysterious voice keeping me on my toes here. Tour guide. When defeated, gain an agenda and choose. Ooh, I like that card.
No,
that's
not a card that I like to see pop up for against the Toreador.
Yeah. So, and I have let's see, my leader ability. No, what is it in my agenda? Oh, I'm thinking of the Beauty is the Beast, and that's what I do not currently have. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna go out to the streets with both Lishu and Bella.
Okay. Real quick, I actually need to draw a card because Bruno has a trigger that I draw a card whenever I play an ongoing effect.
Good catch. And I'm going to attack the citizen with Lishu. Just going to use. I'm going to use backhanded compliment to get the additional damage that I need to take her as a retainer. So social attack on the citizen does 2 damage plus 1 for backhanded compliment.
All right.
Takes her down, and I will go ahead and attach her for the +1 social. And I did not pay for Bella. That is correct, Coyote. Keep me honest. Boom. Lishu is exhausted. Can you see the blood on Bella?
I do not. Did you grab the tokens and move it
I
on
did.
top of her? Huh. That's odd.
Yeah, well, I did pay them off, but you can put them back so maybe that everybody will be able to see it then. So I do score a point for the agenda, or for my agenda, and then also for the student.
I'm moving your tokens for you, Matt.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, and Lishu is now she's gonna do 4 damage just naked in an attack. 3
Youch.
social plus the 1 for her ability with the retainer.
Youch.
Big fan. Big fan. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 and end my turn. We'll get a new city card for Jimmy. Skateboarder.
All right.
And also City on the Brink goes away.
Okay. So let's see here.
Who does she want to take out next?
Well, my beginning of my turn, we're going to go ahead and get my money from long-term investments here.
Nice.
I love me some good investments, and you know, let's see that stock portfolio grow. I've got a couple, you know, millennia to chill on it, so it's fine. It's fine. Let's see here. I don't really have anything interesting that I want to like play in my hand outright. So you know what? You're in the streets. Let's come pay you a visit
Dance.
and see how this goes.
All right. So you choose your attacker.
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and attack with we'll attack with Bruno.
Okay. And who are you choosing to attack?
And let's go ahead and attack. Let's attack Li Shu.
And which type of attack?
We are going mental.
Mental. Okay. I'm going to block with Bella.
Okay.
And I have no reaction card to play.
All right. So let's flip. I do have 2 of the correct
So I'm going to
symbols
lose
there.
2 agenda.
Yep, you lose 2 prestige.
Yeah, sorry, prestige.
And then
And 1 damage gets through, correct?
correct.
Somebody pointing out that is dominate.
Dominate. Thank you.
That's the discipline. There's a couple that I know that I have memorized now, but not all of them by any means.
All right. And then for my second action, we're going to go ahead and attack again with Randolph. And this time we're going to go for Li Shu.
All right. I've got no reaction.
All right.
Again.
Oof.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So 2 damage this time on her.
Yes. Yeah. He didn't say mental, but I think we both assumed
mental.
it was mental. Given my low mental defenses and yes. But yeah, we should make sure we state it in advance.
That's true.
All right. You are now in the streets. Both of your characters exhausted, I'll point out.
Yep. And that's my turn. I will draw 2.
All right. What do I want to do here? Party. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Matt, just making sure that you do not lose the prestige from that second demand obedience.
Aha, you're right. Good catch, chat. Yes, because anybody who's watching it doesn't know why. When he made that second attack, he had to create a new party with non-exhausted vampires. So Randolph or Bruno was no longer in the party. He only had 1 dominate. So the additional effect does not happen, but the damage still does. Still annoying. My people are readied and back in town. Bruno, you kind of, pissed me off a little bit. So we're just going to step right back out into the streets. After the city deck, of course. The SAD is here. That's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. Head back out in the city.
Okay.
Streets. Bella Forte is going to attack Bruno with a physical attack. Yes, physical attack.
All right, and
And I need to discard a card in order to gain the intel to do so. Actually, I don't need to because you're in the streets. That's what the
correct.
whole point of this. Reaction, sir.
No reaction for me.
Okay. I just use gang up, so it's just +1 damage for each retainer in the party. So 2 physical. Attacker, discard the top card of my library. If it's not an attack card, it's a reaction.
Ouch. Ouch time.
So that's +2 damage. That's 5 damage.
Oh, brutal.
Good night, sweet prince.
All right. Ouch.
And I score 1 for killing a rival there. 1 agenda point.
All right. So Bruno's going to go into torpor.
Goes into torpor. Lishu, hanging out here, she is going to go ahead and do a social attack on the Special Affairs Division.
All right.
And she just has enough to kill him straight up, which scores me another agenda point. That's the end of my turn there. Yeah, you demand obedience, and I will. I'll show you what I think of that.
All right. So,
Got 2, and we get a city card. I always remember on your turn, but on my turn, I'm like too excited for what's happening to think about it.
all right. Randolph is going to come back home.
Yeah, miniature guy pointing out we're both being risky with our parties all exhausted in the street. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I'm not claiming that Jimmy and I are amazing at this game yet, believe me.
And even then, my philosophy for playing this or card games in general with Matt is that the stakes are so low that sure, I'm going to go for the big meme play, like the giant bragging rights, like, oh man, remember this thing that happened? That's the play that I'm usually going for. All right, let's see here. I will gain a prestige from my long-term investments.
Hey. Yeah. That is a rule that I had not caught before. So you put 1 prestige from your personal supply, flip it to blood to start the process of mending.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. All right. Let's see here. Not a whole lot of options for me to do here. I don't really care about getting another vampire out right now.
Do you?
Let's see here. Let's see here.
This is the Ventru Pride.
I'm going to go ahead and draw a card.
We call it hubris. The question is, do I have the attack cards to really punish him? 6 blood, 1 innate defense.
And you know what? I'll draw another card. All right, and then I will end my turn. We'll go ahead and discard a card to speed up the mending. Let's.
Should be at 3 on Bruno then?
Yes. All right, that's my play.
Okay. You got a lot of prestige. I don't have that much. I don't love it. I don't love it. Wandering the Bart tunnels. Every character not in their haven is a separate party. So not as impactful as it could be sometimes. Straighten these guys back out. What's the skateboarder give me? Celerity, I think it is. Yeah, I know I can go after Randolph if I have attack cards. And that's kind of the problem at the moment.
And I'm just thinking that he doesn't have attack cards.
But yeah, okay. I'm going to use the unhosted action to play Influencer. I got to pay 1. And then each character with presence, I think it is, in my coterie has +1 influence.
Ooh, spicy.
Which means that I now have more influence showing than you. You just have your basic 1 influence, correct?
Correct. And
okay.
Yeah, that's huge for any of these influence conflicts that may come up.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Lishu to play an influence conflict. Fame and fortune. Should I gain 2 prestige and 1 agenda?
Womp womp.
So we can go ahead and you can still remember you can spend prestige as influence to stop this if you so desire. I am spending, as you might suspect, all of my influence. Where's
So
my no influence token right here? So 2 for her. I think it's just 2 for her.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. And you have 1, and then we can do our little fancy hidden thing. And I got to change my color so I can see my. There we go.
All right.
So you can see my hidden stuff. I have 6 total that I could spend, FYI.
Okay, I have 7.
Yep.
Let's see here.
So you could.
Give me a second. I'm going to make some change. All right. All right.
So I'm flipping the ones I'm not spending over to the blood side, just so you know, and then I'll drag them all out together.
Okay. How do I
the way the cool kids do it. You need to probably right-click your portrait, Jimmy, and change your color to match to be yellow.
Oh, okay.
Then it should appear.
Right-click my portrait. That's not making any sense to me. I am not seeing anything.
How about now?
Oh, there we go. All right.
Turns out I can change your portrait. I have the power.
Oh, that's neat.
All right, are you ready to drag it all out?
Yep.
So the ones that are not flip to blood are being bid.
Wait, so yes, the side that is showing prestige is being bid.
Yes, sir.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Bidding 2.
I'm bidding 1, so we're tied. I think I win the tie. Chat will probably tell me before I look it up, but I believe that I win the tie. I haven't gotten to do influence conflicts as many times as I wanted to. Resolving. Final result is yes. The tie goes to the active player. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Dang it.
All right. So I do spend the 1. Actually, no. You spend the 2. No, we both spend.
Yeah, you spend yours because that would make any sense otherwise.
Yeah. Because I won the actual thing. So I got 2, and I get an agenda, which would put me at 5. That was my turn, though, playing both the influencer and the scheme. So I need some more cards. I'm going to discard one of the cards I did not draw there to mend Lishu. Oh, no wonder I had so little. I think, Jimmy, you put a 3 back on Bella when you dragged the stuff over there. Because there was 7 on her, not 5.
Oh, whoops.
I was wondering how I got so little money. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Jimmy?
All right. We'll get a
So we have
prestige.
this.
And let's see here.
City card is another vagrant, by the way.
All right. Well, I really don't want to go out in the streets to go ahead and get that
Especially not
vagrant.
now, Jimmy.
No,
Especially not now.
You know, maybe when I get some more, get Bruno back in the next turn. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and use my Haven ability. And we're going to go ahead and discard the Chef from the deck here. Or from the
I suppose
here.
You don't want me to get even more presents?
No, I do not. Presents are bad. I don't want to give you any presents. That is bad. And I replace it with a new city card. Flip. And it's another vagrant.
Okay,
All
now
right.
I just want the card. What is it? The hunger? They hunger? Where the vagrants are worth 1?
No.
They just go pop 2 of them.
Let's see here. And we're just going to
Desiree who's running the stream, and she does a very good job of like highlighting those cards so you can see what the ability is when they're used. So good job, Desiree.
We're going to go ahead and draw a card here. You know, it would be really great if I drew some of these like supposed titles that would help me win the game. Bruno gets a health back and then comes out of oh, hold on. I just put on the wrong token.
He gets 1 health back and you're discarding to get a second one?
Yes. We're gonna
pops right back up.
And he's back in the game. So back at 5.
Bruno. Didn't we have this discussion already?
Hey, man, you can't keep a well-dressed man down.
Let's see. Let's see.
You can try.
Did you draw your 2 cards there at the end?
Oh, I did not. Thank you.
This is going to go away. Get a city card flip. It's an addict. Lot of people there. And, you know, I'm interested. I'm interested in going and taking some of them, but we got some other options. These 2 lovely vampires are going to head out into the streets. I'm going to go ahead and discard a card to gain intel. And Lishu is going to launch a Lishu is going to launch a social attack on Bruno.
All right.
I know, you know, you're kind of social too, but I'm just going to remind you who's Queen Bee.
All right. Let's see here.
So you got a reaction.
Yep.
It is a biting comment.
Ooh, what does that do?
It's either +2 or steal a agenda or a prestige.
Oh, rude. Okay, well, I will use Unswayable Mind just for the defense there.
Nice. So you cannot trigger the actual card text.
Correct.
but it is 1 defense. So you're 3 defense versus my
4 attack.
4, 5, 6 damage coming in. Well, 4 coming in, and I could steal an agenda. I don't think stealing or scaring prestige. Stealing prestige isn't going to help me that much because you're making 1 a turn. So I'll do the 2 extra damage. So I'm 6 to your 3.
6 to 3. All right.
So 3 damage goes through. And then ooh, do I do it? Do I do it? I'm going to discard another card,
All right.
and Bella is going to make a physical attack on Bruno.
Ooh.
Why is my card not spinning? Can you guys see that spin? Bella
I do not
exhausts.
see that. Here, let me
There
try.
we go. I got it.
Okay. No reaction.
All right. So it's 2 to 0 by default. Let's discard the top card of the deck. It's not an attack.
Ouch.
So go back to your cage.
Oh, poor Bruno. Dude just wants to like go out, hit the town, and you just keep on like.
Sometimes the town hits back. And you will put 1 of your prestige on him face
Yes.
down, which we will get this time. And I will get an agenda for killing a rival. And yes, both my vampires are in the streets. They're exhausted. I drew my 2 cards. There is... I'm not really worried about... you know what? I'm going to discard to bring her back up to full strength. Just in case.
All right. Man, you have a lot of prestige still. 11?
No. I have 6.
Oh, okay. Wait, where's your prestige stack then?
On my... Oh, sorry. Prestige. It's right here. I have 8. I'm sorry. I am
Okay,
totally unable to tell the difference between the words
Okay.
prestige and agenda.
I
first
see
time.
11 in that stack, so.
Okay, weird. Tabletopia is being really odd. I have 8 currently.
Okay. All right. Well,
Had I had those attack cards last round, I could have popped Randolph, but Bruno just
let's see here.
annoys me. I swear I only have 8 guys.
All right, so I'll get 1 from my long-term investments there.
I just have to kill Bruno 7 more times and I win.
Oh, we did not yet.
No, we did not. Blood man.
Athlete.
It's just all citizens here.
All right. Ugh. This is the worst.
You shuffled your deck, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Got those titles in there, right? I will say that we played this this mirror match basically for the same face-off for our very
All
first
right.
game of Vampire together.
We're going to go ahead and
Ooh,
play
here we go.
Seneschal on Randolph here. So I will go ahead and
Spend his influence.
spend his influence and spend 4.
Sheesh. So
Yeah.
you're down to just 2?
Yep, it's real expensive, but
Danger zone.
and I have to exhaust him to do that. So let's see here. And
And it's an action to use it, but you don't have to Oh, you do have to exhaust somebody because it's not an unhosted action on there.
Correct.
Good. Buys me a turn.
Well, let's go ahead and draw a card.
Okay. So your turn's over, Jimmy?
Yep.
You get to draw your 2.
Draw 2. All right. There
This
we go.
time I will remember the city deck. It's another Vagrant. Wow. And these guys.
Oh, I'm gonna dump a card to help mend.
Sounds good. I return from my profitable journey into the streets. And I think we're just going to head right back out there because there are some what are these guys called? Citizens that really
some
need to
very
be,
juicy citizens.
need to be fed upon. So I'll head back out. Bella will use a physical attack.
Is she at full? I'm seeing a.
She should be at full. I see 5.
Okay. All right. There's a prestige token here on 3.
This is not ideal night for Tabletopia. Yeah, she is at 5 blood, all blood. She is not carrying around a bunch of prestige.
I mean, like if I kill her, I just take that prestige, right? No.
She's going after the athlete. No attack card. I'm just going to rely on this discard being not an attack.
Oh,
so
man, you have hit that athlete every single turn.
I have, right, and that means Bella is now 3 physical.
Youch.
And I get 1 from the agenda card and 1 from the citizen. Lishu is going to, for the second action, let's see. We'll take the skateboarder, and she can just take him out with social attack quite easily.
All right. Oh,
my agenda is not first time in a turn, right? Nope. Excellent.
Youch. So you are at 10 agenda now, if I am counting correctly?
I am at 10 agenda now, yep. So get rid of these 3 and grab the other 5. 3 more, and there's only 1 citizen in the streets.
All right.
I get to draw 2 cards at the end of my round, at the end of my turn. Nice. And you get a city card, Jimmy.
That I do.
The cops are here.
All right. Let's see here.
Leave in the heart of the cards, they say.
Okay, so I'll take a prestige. I never.
Yeah, I know. So it's the Malkavian starter agenda that only works the first time you resolve, I believe, a face down card. And I always just want to check that like Playthings isn't like that. But yeah, it happens every time.
Oh, that's real brutal. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to use the Royal Retreat, and we'll get rid of one of those. We'll get rid of one of these mortals. So let's get rid of the cop out of here.
Miniature Guy pointing out that Playthings doesn't give prestige like the Malkavian sort of default agenda does. And that's a good point. That is why Malkavian is once per turn. So that gets replaced, correct, Jimmy?
Correct.
What is it?
It's another... Oh, thank goodness. All right, and...
San Francisco does have a real homeless problem right now.
It does.
I'm doing my part to fix it.
Moving on. I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, man. All right. So you know what? We'll do it again.
Everyone deserves an embrace.
Yeah, we'll use the Haven again, the Royal Retreat, to get rid of the addict out of here. So draw Come on. I just want one. There we go. Flip. And we've got Chinese New Year. Shuffle all events in the burned pile into the city deck. So does that include Chinese New Year? Anyone know?
No, it does not. I don't think. Yeah.
All right.
And the only burn you've just been discarding, Jimmy. So these guys don't don't come back.
Okay.
It's just the events, right? They're saying
Just
you
the
can't use the
events.
Haven more than once.
What?
Jimmy.
I feel like I've been lied to here.
We will, considering we already kind of went through, don't worry about too much.
All right. And that will be
order of
my turn.
operations means that the New Year does not go into the burn pile.
Oh, okay.
That's your
All right.
turn, huh?
Yep. I'll dump a card to speed up healing. I wish I could dump more than one. That'd be great.
You can do, I think, one per character.
Yes, but
Well, that doesn't help you in this case.
let's see here. So he'll get one, and then let's get rid of
Characters in the streets do not return to the Haven at the start of their turn, so I'm staying in the streets.
All right.
And there's not even any citizens there. Why do you gotta do me like that? Well, really, there's only one thing to do. I am going to stay in the streets, form a party of these two. I'm gonna discard a card to get the intel.
Oh boy.
Bella Forte is going to declare a physical attack against your boy.
All right.
Randolph Mars.
I wish I had a reaction.
Okay. It is Lightning Strike. Bella is, she's 5. She's allowed to play that. So she has got, it ignores any of your defense. You don't have any, so, but it's going to do 5 damage because she's 3 thanks to the skateboarder.
Big.
Plus 2.
Oh, ouch.
So you are going to just take 4.
Yeah, I am. I get the feeling I am deaded here.
I mean, I feel like that's anything else is just a not very smart move.
All right, go for it.
So I'm going to go ahead and discard again. Lishu will make the social attack into your Haven. I didn't even use Bella's ability. Let's see if I even need to. Let's see if this would have mattered. She would have triggered yet again.
Yep.
But at least she can pick up the spare by herself.
Every turn.
Hey, if you can't be good, be lucky. That's my motto.
That's fair.
So Lishu is swinging for 4. Yeah, just 4.
All right. Social?
4 social, yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, 3 social. 3 and 3 plus my ability will do additional damage.
All right. Well, we'll drop that. I'm fairly certain it's not going to matter, but yeah, let's...
Miniature guy, Bella would have killed had I used her ability, but since this is also probably fine, we'll risk it. And because I just legit forgot. Okay, I don't have a card here, so...
All right. We're just going to do another unswayable mind here, just for
so
the defense.
You block 1, you take 3? 2.
Yep, that's still going to be...
2.
Yeah, I have 2 defense total.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'll still take 2 and die. Womp womp.
Yeah, that was what, 4 or 5 times that Bella hit the buff to her attack? That's brutal.
Yeah, oof. Big.
Absolutely brutal. So amongst the cards that we played, I think it made more of a difference. Fame and Fortune, I played that one. That's one of the cards that was added in. Really cool. I think that's an awesome scheme. A lot of those schemes are a little bit more maybe multiplayer oriented, I think, with the all players get this benefit. That one's just a straight benefit for me. and I liked the ability to get that and not give you a darn thing. I don't think, Jimmy, that you played Unswayable Minds or Royal Review, correct?
I I had a Royal Review in my hand. It was just I just did not have the opportunity to play it because by the time I got the Seneschal title out there, the
Sure.
like there was just so much pressure on me that I
Can you
couldn't
throw
give
it
up the
down?
action economy.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
it's
it
on the
right
table
there.
here.
Yeah. So gain a prestige for each title in your coterie. Yeah. So great for Ventrue, not great when you could not get any of the titles out. Let me just see if I can find the other new card for me. PR firm. PR firm. Here we go. Unhosted action ongoing. When a scheme you play succeeds, you may pay 1 prestige to gain an agenda. That's another really cool one. So I like that. I like that for the Toreador here because I'm going to end up with a lot of influence usually. Because I got a couple copies of Influencer in this deck. So that was a win for Toreador, just like our last game with these clans. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. I hope you are excited to play with these new cards. We're going to continue, like I said, to change things up a little bit, round around, just to give you guys a little bit more of the experience you're going to have when you have the physical game in your hands. When you are able to deck build, you're able to swap cards in and out. You're able to choose your leader, things like that. So look forward to that over the next 2 rounds of the league. And remember, there are some cool prizes on the line. And this is just a great chance to get familiar. Maybe like us, you have not played Vampire a ton. I know some of you guys are playtesters. Some of you have played a lot. But if you're still learning, learning the rules, get those games in right now. It's a great way to make sure that when the game comes out, you'll be ready. Jimmy, thank you for joining me and being a worthy opponent.
Oh, I am always glad to be your punching bag, and every once in a while I get a good one back in, so it'll be worth it.
Yes, sir. And Alicia getting her attack buffed, and then Bella too by those mortals is just. Oof,
I think the big turning point was when like both of us were just completely exhausted in the streets, and it was just like, all right, maybe that wasn't a smart choice. Probably should have just chilled back and then try to build up some more resources, because Bruno being out of the picture for a little while was pretty rough on my action economy there.
Yes, indeed. Cool. Well, everyone, we stream every Wednesday for Vampire Wednesday. We stream Friday for the Renegade Society radio show. And we stream most Mondays for the More Phenomenal Mondays with Power Rangers content. So make sure you tune in and watch our streams. Keep an eye on Discord if you're doing the league for announcements and things like that. Otherwise, enjoy playing Vampire and get those game results in so we can get on to round 4 next week. Thanks for tuning in.